Growth is something everyone desires, becoming better, stronger, wiser, and more successful. Yet many people feel stuck, as if they are running on a treadmill, moving fast but going nowhere. The truth is, your growth is not limited by your potential. It is limited by your mindset. And most of the time, the mindset holding you back is one you don't even notice. Growth does not start with action. It starts with belief. It starts with the way you think, the way you talk to yourself, the way you interpret challenges, and the way you respond to discomfort. You can have big dreams, but if your mindset is small, your life will shrink to match it. One of the biggest mental barriers is the belief that you must be ready before you begin. You wait for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, the perfect mindset. But growth doesn't begin with readiness. It begins with willingness. You don't grow because you're prepared. You grow because you're brave enough to start. Perfectionism is a silent anchor that keeps your life tied to the same spot. Another mindset that holds you back is the fear of failure. You avoid risks because you are terrified of mistakes. You choose the safe path because the unknown feels dangerous. But what you don't realize is this: failure is not the opposite of growth. It is part of it. Every strong person has been shaped by their failures. Every confident person has walked through embarrassment. Every successful person has been a beginner who stumbled along the way. You grow not by avoiding failure, but by learning from it. Then there is the mindset of comparison. You look at others, how far they've gone, how fast they've grown, how easily they seem to succeed, and you begin to feel small. You convince yourself that you're behind, and that belief kills your motivation. But growth is not a race. It does not matter who started before you. What matters is that you start at all. Your journey is not meant to look like anyone else's. Comparison steals your focus from the only person you're supposed to improve, yourself. Another mindset that blocks growth is comfort. You stay where it feels safe. You repeat the same habits, the same routines, the same environment. But nothing grows in comfort. Comfort protects you, but it also limits you. Growth only happens when you challenge yourself, when you step into uncertainty, when you push your limits, when you willingly walk into the territory your fears guard. The life you want is always outside the comfort you cling to. And then comes the mindset of excuses. I don't have time. I don't have support. I don't have the resources. These beliefs may feel true, but they are often self-created barriers. Growth is never about what you lack. It's about what you do with what you have. People with fewer opportunities have risen higher simply because they refuse to let excuses become their identity. The moment you take responsibility for your life, your growth becomes unstoppable. Another mindset holding you back is the belief that change must be dramatic. You think growth requires massive steps, big breakthroughs, or sudden transformation. But real growth is built on small, consistent actions. Reading a few pages a day, practicing a skill for 10 minutes, replacing one bad habit with a better one. Growth is slow, quiet, gradual, and that is why many people miss it. You're not stuck because you can't take big steps. You're stuck because you ignore the power of small ones. The next mental trap is letting your past define you. You hold on to old mistakes, memories, failures, or painful experiences, believing they limit your future. But you are not the person you used to be. Growth begins when you stop allowing your past to write the next chapters of your life. What happened before taught you. It doesn't have to restrict you. As long as you cling to who you were, you cannot rise into who you are becoming. And perhaps the most silent mindset that stops growth is waiting for motivation. You keep telling yourself, I'll start when I feel ready, when I feel excited, when I feel inspired. But motivation is unreliable. If you depend on it, your growth will always be inconsistent. Discipline is what builds your future, not motivation. When you act even without feeling like it, you unlock a level of growth most people never reach. So why are you not growing? It's not because you're incapable, not because you're unlucky, not because the world is against you. You're not growing because a part of you is still holding on to the mindset that keeps you small. But here's the good news. Mindsets can change. Beliefs can be rewritten. Habits can be rebuilt. You can rise above everything that once held you down. Growth begins the moment you stop fighting your potential and start fighting your limitations. You are capable of more, far more, than your current mindset allows you to see. And the day you decide to challenge that mindset is the day your growth truly begins.